name is Beth Hiley here from BoardGameGeek at Origins 2019. I'm sitting down with Beth Erickson from Z-Man Games, and you've brought us another new title from your catalog this year, which is Aerion.
Yep. So this is part of the Oniverse series by Shadi. And they're really great 1 to 2 player games, and this is the latest we have.
I was going to say, because I think the very first game was one of the first solo player games.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I like that you guys have sort of expanded. That there's a universe.
There is, yeah.
Literally a solo universe.
Yep. Yeah, it's great. It does have a 2-player option, so you can play with a friend. But yeah, it's really nice sometimes just to sit and play a solo game.
Yeah.
Just kind of calmly enjoy your evening, but be challenged by something that's not just a video game.
Yeah.
So in Aerion, you are an airship, right? And the Archons have challenged you to build the best fleet of airships that anyone in the Oniverse has seen. Now, the way that you do that is you have to acquire the blueprints for a ship, you have to get the materials to build the ship, and then you have to find a crew to fly the ship. Of course. So in front of us we have all of these cards with, of course, the very unique art that the Oniverse is signature for. And this has a dice rolling mechanic. So in it, we roll the dice and we see what we got. Yep. And each of these cards, each of these decks have symbols at the top saying either A or B or C. That means, so in this case, let's see, I actually have, so AABB means
2 pair.
I have 2 pair, which I actually do have. So in that scenario, I would be able to take this card. And you have 2 workshops where you can work on a ship. Once you start working on a ship in one workshop, you can't start working on a different one. You have to complete that ship.
So you have to be certain you want to commit to.
Yep. And so up
ship.
here, it'll say what ships and what. These are the 6 ships you're trying to build, and it'll say what material it needs, the blueprint, and the crew that matches that ship. So in this case, this one looks like it would match this one or this one, and I'm able to buy it, so I probably would. You would pull this down, and then a new one would flip. Now, in the scenario where I wouldn't be able to actually purchase a card, or maybe I've already started filling out my workshops and none of the other things I need are out, you can discard a card to re-roll the dice. Now, the thing is, those are resources you might want later, so you got to be careful about how much you're doing that. So if you discard a card, it would go up here. You would pull another down. And it's kind of a careful management of the resources and making decisions as you're going. Another thing is, I believe, let's see, these are the books. So books are special cards, and they let you re-roll up to 3 times, or you can just take an element card from one of the reserves. So
as long as I manage to acquire this book with a full house type roll, then I can spend this at the point where I want to cash in those 3 rolls.
So if we had rolled this, look, that's the 3 A's, 2 B's, so I have 3 there and 2 there. I would be able to spend these, pull the book. And so in that scenario, it may be you want to get a book because you are hoping to use that later. It may be because that's the only thing you can buy because the blueprint you need isn't out or the material you need isn't out yet. And this lets you pull a card to flip another one. Right. So it helps you keep refreshing the cards and trying to get what you need. The other thing is you can see the decks have these little symbols on them in the corners that lets you know what type of cards are in that deck. So if you know, hey, I really need this ship. I need the blueprint for that ship. I haven't found it yet. You may be trying to cycle through that deck, to try and get the blueprint you need. And that's kind of it. It's just kind of going and getting the materials you need. I'm trying to remember the loss condition. I believe it's if you run out of cards, if you've cycled through everything, then you lose if you haven't built all the 6 ships. Sorry, it's been a little while since I played, and last time we won.
Incentive to go check it out and read the rule book. Now, if you were playing this 2-player, are you playing cooperatively? Are you playing competitively?
You were playing cooperatively. So we would both still have the 2 workshops, and either player can put a card in either workshop. So maybe like your ship needed that one, and then maybe on my turn, like say I'm working on this blueprint, and you're able to pull the nut card, which is not out right now, but that material maybe shows up on your turn. You roll the dice that are able to acquire that card. You would want to put that over into my workshop. So we are working together to build the ships, but usually in that scenario with 2 players, each of us has a set of ships we're aiming for. But you can only build one at a time in your area. Otherwise it gets too crowded in the workshop. The other thing is that the crew has to be last.
Well, that makes sense.
You don't want your crew just hanging out and waiting, like, come on, where's this ship? You got to build the ship first.
They're just going to get into trouble.
Yep. The other thing is that this game also has 6 included expansions in the box.
I was going to say, there's quite a lot left in here.
Yes. So, so this is just the base game, and then after that, there's 6 different ways that you can play. Again, still 1 to 2 players, and so that keeps the game really different, varies it up, and then you can also mix and match those expansions as well. So there's like, I don't know, like 30 games in this. I'm like really bad at math, something like that.
In a very tiny box.
Yes.
A lot of game in a small box. So let's do the TLDR, version of that.
Yep.
Well, if you guys want to check that out, this is Aerion, which is part of the
Oniverse.
Yes. I still love that that's a word now. And this is Aerion, this is Beth, this is also Beth, and that is from Z-Man Games if you guys would like to check it out.